Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time.
What's up, everybody? Hello, welcome in. We're doing some Zelda gaming today.
Zeldor.
Zeldor, yes. I've got my co-commentator here, Anime Arcade, one of my cool homies.
Hey.
Do we have a name donation incentive?
Yes, it looks like. Yes. Sorry, just looking that up right now.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah.
I should have put in a note that making emojis is the top thing because they say your name a lot in this game, and making Ganon tell you "oh whoa" every like 3 seconds is pretty funny.
It's pretty great.
But whatever chat thinks is cool is good too.
Yes, I believe Corn Dog is the winner.
Oh my gosh.
Corn Dog. Is there specific capitals or?
Hold on, I am looking for the exact. We are checking with the judges for
Okay.
the exact spelling.
All right, we got to make sure we don't,
Okay.
rip off the chat.
So capital C, R N, capital D.
RN, no O?
No. Yeah. Okay. CORN,
Okay.
and the D is capitalized.
All
So it's
right.
Corn Dog, capital
Okay.
C, capital D.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
I think one of the things I love about Fastest First is whenever there is a new emote or something that ends up happening in the chat, it's going to be there for the rest of the event or whatever's happening. It's great.
Yes, that is the correct spelling. We just wanted to double check it because,
Awesome.
listen, you all donate. You make the effort to donate, and we want to make sure that whatever permutation you give us is spelled correctly.
It's important.
Yeah.
Totally. All right, well, I am ready to go. Are we ready to start the timer? Timer is going to start in 3, 2, 1, go.
Let's do it.
All right, so we are starting from file select, which is a little bit old school. You can skip the intro now, but we're running an old school route. This is basically old any % with a couple of tricks added onto it. So we're not going to be jumping through any floors. We're not going to be doing any SRM. We're not going to be doing any code manipulation or anything like that.
We're not going to warp to the end credits.
No, we're going to beat Ganon. That is the name of the category, is defeat Ganon, no SRM. So yeah, we're going to keep the tricks to a minimum for Zelda standards. We're still going to be doing some warps. We're still going to be clipping through walls, but nothing too crazy.
What is SRM?
That is I was actually going to avoid talking about SRM because once you start talking about it, it gets really, really confusing. But essentially, SRM is a glitch that allows us to take control over a lot of the game's functions, so we can like rewrite the contents of chests, or it really opens up a lot of doors. Like there's different wrong warps you can do with SRM and stuff like that. So yeah, there's a lot, and the reason it's banned is just because preservation of like old categories that are cool and everyone likes. So yeah, we're going to be heading into the intro cutscene here as the Dark Tree is telling Navi about her journey. And basically the route is, if you've seen the old any % route back when like Narcissa Wright was very popular, a lot of these routes were just getting found. Basically what you do is you beat the first dungeon, we're going to kill Goma, and then we're going to wrong warp to the basically end of the game, and we're going to have very little to do after that. But once we hit the Deku Tree, it's all pretty much like all gas, no brakes. There's very little downtime, and everything's quite complicated.
Yeah, there's going to be, Seren's going to be moving around with the camera to make sure things are not visible. And also, for some reason, in the older Zelda games, walking backwards is actually the fastest mode of transportation. So there's, just a little bit of memory involved when playing.
Yeah, walking backwards isn't so bad. When you have to start super sliding backwards and memorizing your directions and all that, that gets a bit messy. But luckily, we're not doing that in this category. It's actually a really good intro to the game for anybody who might be looking to run it. So that's kind of the reason why I like to submit it to marathons is OOT, we need more runners. If you're interested in OOT, this is maybe the run for you. One of the coolest things about this route and Defeat Ganon in particular, no SRM, is that it really has not changed on the N64 since back in the day. Like we've added a couple of small optimizations, but Swordless route is almost identical. Like there's basically no difference. There's like a small time save in Deku Tree burning the web. But the nice thing about this route that I'm running is that it has all of the like modern comforts of modern OOT mixed with the old school. We're playing in N64. We don't have any sort of GIM or anything like that. We're not going to be transferring items into chests that shouldn't be there. So that's all nice.
There you go, first corn dog of the game.
Yeah, only lost 7 frames there, so that's no big deal. It's only half a second almost. Because this game does run at 20 FPS, which is kind of janky, but also kind of nice because it makes frame perfect tricks that much easier to get.
Yeah, I've watched Saren do this speedrun a few times. You might see him pausing and unpausing many times, and that's because we need to land on a very specific frame in order for the trick to work.
Yeah, there's a lot of pause buffering in this game if you are a beginner. As you advance, you try to cut out those pause buffers, but pause buffering in this game is very, very comfy. The pause menu, when you're unpausing, acts like a buffer, so any inputs you make in unpaused lag will get put in frame perfectly on the next active frame. So you can basically buffer to the frame you want and input the right combination of buttons without any big worries. So that's one really nice, comfy feature of OOT speedrunning. Makes it a little less intimidating. But yeah, we grabbed the sword here. We're going to be heading over to the Lost Woods. We're going to be exiting through the Lost Woods because we can't escape through the entrance over there where Pokey is guarding, letting you know you can't leave. But that will trigger a like maybe it's a 1.5-minute cutscene, which we can just avoid by going to Lost Woods. It also gets us closer to Kakariko, which is our destination out there. Oh my goodness. All right. Zelda movement be Zeldaing.
Do we have time for a donation?
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely.
All right. First up, we have Jet Mike who donates $5 toward the Unlock the Fusion Suit incentive, who says, I'm ready for more stories. And, I mean, Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, Hello Kitty Roller Rescue, Metroid Prime, just really the Citizen Kane of video game stories. Thank you for that.
All right, so we got Aqua Escape first try. Very cool.
Nice.
Going to be heading down Zora's River here. We got to collect 40 rupees, so we're going to have to do a trick to grab the red rupee under the bridge quickly. That's because we have to buy the shield, so... Oh my goodness. Okay, we're taking the detour. This is, we're practicing for swordless. We need more rupees for swordless, so... All good, swims pretty quickly. Fun fact, if you didn't know, spamming the B button while swimming actually makes Link swim faster. I don't know if there's actually any indication of that in the game. I didn't know that until like after I speedran the game for like probably 6 months. Somebody came into my stream and they were like, what are you doing? Like, just hit the B button. And I was like, wow, that actually works.
Gotta love intended game mechanics that the game doesn't actually tell you about.
There's a super cool, like, unnecessary West there that saves like half a second, but we didn't get it. Unfortunate. So this trick here, called a water extended super slide. Basically, we're going to get a specific angle. We're going to get recoil, and then we're going to maintain that recoil speed. I hope this angle is good. That did not feel like a good down input. All right. All good. Luckily, this is very lenient.
So again, remember the part about moving backwards. You're going to see some definite backwards movement here.
All right, we're going to be waiting, actually. This is a big wait moment, which is not what I was hoping for, but that's okay. My buddy Drunkle can just roast me because I always roasted him for missing Pack West, so this is just par for the course, honestly. We're missing the cutscene, so I'm just going to go ahead and trigger the owl, and we're going to wait a night cycle. Maybe spawn some stall children. Very fun stuff. If this is the only time loss we have this run, that's great. I kind of accounted for 1 3-minute time loss because there's 2 spots where you can miss up the trick and then you just have to walk a long ways. So hopefully we'll still be on estimate even with this. But we just get to play with these stall children for a while. They're really friendly guys. Little spooky skeletons.
I do have a couple donations to read.
Oh yeah, this is the time.
All right. Well, Fever, Chill, and Weird send their regards.
Why, thank you.
They donate $30. That's like $10 from each of them. Yeah, toward the Unlock the Fusion Suit incentive. And they say, we'll be back.
Uh-oh.
I would like to say to Fever, Chill, and Weird that was Ramsey Fox doing the run, not myself. So I don't know how you guys do your thing, but I would like to preferably be spared from your wrath. So regardless, thank you for your donation.
Hopefully we can unlock the Super Mega Boy. Oh, there he is. Yeah, for some reason, if you kill a bunch of Cell Children, a big one appears. Very cool. Definitely lost 3 minutes just to show you guys that. Alright, so we're going to enter Kakariko here, hopefully as soon as possible. We need it to be daytime in Kakariko, because the whole point of coming here is to get a bottle. So yeah, we have really no option if we mess up that badly other than to just wait. But luckily, we just have to collect some chickens now, so this is a very chill part of the run where we just get to, you know, do some side quests, as much as we can get done in 20 minutes. So this portion is actually pretty RNG dependent, believe it or not, because the chickens can run around in random directions and random angles and walk away from you, so there's a lot of manipulations you can do. The chickens will run directly away from you if you sword them or if you drop them, so that's something we can use to our advantage. But other than that, they just wander in a set area, and they can go pretty far, so hopefully none of them wander off, because we don't have much time loss to spare, unfortunately. But it's nice and comfy here in Kakariko in the morning. The music's off, we just got the birds chirping. It's kind of a good vibe.
Yeah, the clucking of these chickens is very soothing.
Yes. Yes. They're definitely calming my nerves, for sure. And luckily they're all chilling next to the fence, which is super cool. They know I'm in peril.
What nice birds. I got your back this time.
Absolutely. So after we get this bottle, we're going to be heading back to Kakariko. I'll start explaining a few of the tricks early just because once I get into it, it's really difficult to do all the tricks in a row and then also explain them. So our main goal once we get to the Deku Tree is going to be to get to this slingshot. So one of the nice quality of life features that have happened in the speedrun category is that a trick called Quick Put Away, which enables your sword to have the damage value, I think every damage value in the game, including Din's Fire. So that web that's at the bottom of the Deku Tree, we can actually just burn it with our sword, which usually you'd have to climb all the way up to the top. Saves quite a bit of time. It's also very comfy compared to the old strats, so something I'm very happy to see in this run. But for now, we're just going to be getting our bottle from Anju, save warping back to the Kokiri Forest. Pretty basic stuff. Oh my goodness. This chicken is rogue. Okay, I take it back. The chickens were not being nice. Turn around the camera. Because if you actually look at Anju and talk to her, it'll turn the camera in a way where you lose, like, I don't know, 30% of frames. It probably loses like 5 seconds. It's pretty horrible. And I talk to her again for no reason. Alright, chicken nightmare over.
Let's go.
So the reason why we need this bottle is because of a trick called Ocarina items. So once we get to the Deku Tree, we beat Goma. We're going to utilize Ocarina items to cancel stepping into the blue warp on the edge of the blue warp, which lets us move freely, and then we can kind of walk over to the door, and there's a weird, like, it's kind of hard to explain in the small amount of time, but basically, depending on the amount of time you take to get to the door, it changes where you'll end up. So hopefully, we'll warp straight to the end of the game. First, I've got to go pick up a shield. I'm actually going to buy an extra stick just for safety, just because we got those extra rupees. There's no reason not to, unless we were actually trying to save time, which... It's Zelda. I want to get to the end of the game. It's a marathon run. It's a really scary marathon game because there's a lot that can go wrong. And when things go wrong in Zelda, it can get really dicey. Like, you can just overwrite an item that you cannot get back, and then you can't finish. So we're going to try to not do any of that. But that's one of the nice things about this slingshot route is there's pretty much one point of actual failure, and that is Goma Clip, which I'll talk about soon. We're going to make sure to equip our shield here so we don't talk to Mido for infinity, as he does not like to let you by without a sword and a shield, as we all probably know. Oops. Whatever. Kind of messed up the recoil there, but that's okay. So the Deku Tree is going to let us know that he's kind of sick. We're going to have to go inside and look at his tummy. He's got a little tummy ache.
Aww.
Yeah. Big bad Ganondorf cursed him with the tummy ache. So yeah, this is kind of the beginning of the gauntlet. We got to do QPA, we got to get downstairs, we got to do quick scrubs, we got to kill Goma really fast, and then straight into wrong warp, straight into triple slash clip. There's really no breaks, so apologies if I'm a little quiet. Hopefully enemy will have some fun input to have. So this trick, we first have to get some sticks, and we already got the sticks. We also need some nuts. So on 1.0, there's a nice little quality of life, easy QPA, where we can just pick up these nuts. We're going to equip both the nuts and the stick. Oops. And then take out the stick and press A and nut 1 frame after the A input. And once we break our stick, we now have QPA, and we just burn the web, which is pretty nice, because now we can save climbing up all the way to the top. So next objective is the slingshot room over here, which we did not skip the cutscene, but that's okay. Navi's not too loud over here. Hardest mini boss in the whole game. So once we get this slingshot, we're going to be heading down back to the main level. And now that that hole is open, we can do something called a mega side hop off of the Deku Baba, which is basically going to give us a lot of speed backwards, and it's going to propel us hopefully over the gap that is in D1 you are not supposed to be able to jump to.
No, it's still very important to remind you, make sure you do not push the B button here.
I would have hit it, I swear.
Do not do it.
Thank you. I'm going to hit C up exclusively now. That is a thing, though. For some reason, C up makes the text advance. I don't know why. Only C up. Weird decision.
It's like in, what is it, Kingdom Hearts 2, apparently triangle also moves the text box along. So
really?
I feel that, yeah.
All right.
So we're just going to line up here. There we go. Should be enough backwards momentum. Perfect.
Well, it's not over yet. We got to kill the scrubs fast now. So with the pros, we're going to get it in one go, I hope. Pretty tricky, though. Yeah, this guy came up slightly later than the other guy, or earlier, I'm sorry, so we'll go for the swag. Oh, I can't. He didn't come up really well. You can do a backflip into that one, and it looks really cool, and you feel like a boss, but he was too far away, unfortunately. So no 2-3-1 scrubs, but small time loss. This coming up is the absolute bane of the run. I could completely kill the run here, so let's see what happens.
So what Sarah needs to do here is he's going to try and kill the boss, but also at the same time die.
No, I'm going to clip through the door. If I fail that, then yes, I will try to die. But ideally, we're going to clip through the door, kill Goma, and then just exit right out the door. But we'll see what happens. So I've got to get ISG, a particular angle between me and Goma, and frame perfectly input some stuff. So quiet, please, from commentary. Okay, that's it.
Woo!
Very scary moment of the run. You can get stuck on the other side of the door and not kill Goma. You have to redo the fight. You can get stuck in the fight and have to do a backup, which loses like a minute. Or you can just die to Goma. There's a lot of options to mess it up, so I'm glad that didn't fail, because by far the hardest part. This next trick coming up right now is called the wrong warp to the end of the game. I don't think there's a specific name for it, but Ganon door is what some people call it. Probably the most popular name. So we're going to get OI in the blue warp and hopefully make it to the door in the right amount of time so that it will send us to the end of the game. There's two other options. It can send us into the cutscene, which would lose a massive amount of time, or we could be just in the other room and try again. So hopefully one of the not terrible options. Nice. Not yet. Hold on. So that part of the setup is just to get the right amount of time in between you and the door, which I think we're good. All right, great. So we're at the end of the game here. So now we have to get a trick called triple slash clip. So this is a fantastic trick. Oh, and I messed it up. But this is so much easier than the old Void Warp. The old Void Warp relied on RNG, it relied on reaction time. This one, it's so much easier. And of course I'm failing it, but I'm just happy I'm not doing the rock version. The rock version is genuinely terrifying. A little bit nervous, so the B presses and the unbuffereds are kind of hard, but that should work. We'll get one of these days. All right, there we go. So we clip through. That's really bad. That's really bad. I actually don't know how to recover this. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna end up in the Deku tree. Yep. Let me see if I can recover this real quick. We might bust out the EverDrive.
Do we have time for donations?
Absolutely. This is the time for donations.
All right. Now, keep in mind, we do have the Unlock the Fusion Suit incentive open, and if we reach that, make that incentive, we'd be at $4,000.
Wow.
Heck yeah.
That's
Right.
sick.
So first up, we got Rad, who puts $10 toward the Unlock the Fusion Suit incentive, who says, "What is SRM?"
Oh.
Thank you, but I asked that at the beginning of the run. You know, it's always good to have a reminder.
Well,
We might make that a separate incentive. Might. Emphasis on might. And then we have some more relaxing cuckoos who donates $10, again, toward the Unlock the Fusion Suit. So we do have a bit of a train going, who says, as though interrupting each other repeatedly, cock-a-doodle-doo, 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 cock-a-doodle-doo. Yeah.
Understandable.
Yes, thank you, JD, for trying to get into that. Thank you for your donation.
all right, so very weirdness of this game. So there's a thing called a cutscene pointer. We need a very specific cutscene pointer in order to do that wrong warp, which, very luckily for us, it's basically the same cutscene pointer as, for some reason, if you go into Link's house and pause it, it like gives you the right cutscene pointer. I don't know why, but situations like this, it's very nice. If you're in like a race or something or a marathon. So let's see if I can get some of this stuff. I've never done this in like a year, so we'll see. Oh, okay.
Nice.
Oh, I need to go up this, actually. I need more nuts. I can't do it with one nut. I'm trying so hard not to bust out the EverDrive, guys. It ruins the integrity, right? Luckily, after we get this, it's pretty much right to the end, so shouldn't be too much longer. I wish I didn't forget to get those nuts, though. This is like literal worst case scenario, but that's okay. All right, we got plenty of nuts, we got plenty of sticks. Let's try this again. I'm pretty sure there should be nothing wrong with this. Yes, okay. I've actually never done this in my life, so this is like a learning experience. I've done the like backup in Link's house plenty of times, but the weird out of bounds into the Deku tree I have not encountered in a run, so. Just have to do some backtracking.
Someone in chat just asked, wish the file name had been What's SRM?
Yeah, so this is the unfortunate wrong frame. Oh my goodness. This is the run of hell right now. I think I nutted too early. I Deku nuts, Deku nuts. That does not sound good out of context. I'm sorry.
The producers were giving me shifty eyes.
I'm sorry. It's just what it's called. All right. This time for sure.
I believe in you.
I don't.
The audience does, and
Yeah.
that's what's important.
Yeah, can I have that draft? We're just
Yeah,
gonna,
I
we're just gonna
gotcha.
bust out the end of the game here real quick. Yeah, nothing's happening right now. This is how the game runs. Totally normal. Holding
Very,
the-
very standard.
Hopefully this loads the right game. Let's go. Totally normal, totally normal. That practicerom.com thing, don't know what that's about, to be honest.
No, yeah, that was I was always wondered what that was when I originally played this game as a kid. As the cartridge normally comes.
Yeah, and this back row screen, this is all totally standard. This is actually, just, whatever.
Yeah, they talked about it in Nintendo Power.
Exactly. So yeah, anyways, we just did triple clash flip. That was awesome. Super good job by me. Absolutely nailing that trick.
The way you were side jumping down the invisible stairs and getting outside the door that you can't
Yeah.
see.
Yeah, some people were talking about like going back to Link's house. I don't know what that's all about. Must have been some sort of a dream. Fun fact, if I burn my shield in this room, the game crashes. So there's a lot of really cool points of failure in this game, and that's why I brought my EverDrive up here.
Rick Fox from the cutting room floor had a had a panel about cut content from games last night. And yeah, he totally talked about that. With burning the shield and the numbers and
The burning shield is actually in vanilla. If you burn your shield in vanilla and Zelda's on screen, for some reason, I don't know if it like occupies a similar spot in memory or something, but the game just can't handle it on any console. So yeah, all we got for the rest of the game is to defeat Ganon, the point of the speed run. This cutscene actually somehow has RNG. I don't know what it's based on. I think it's lag. I think the rocks can explode differently or something, but kind of a funny note that a lot of speedrunners actually track the split just to know if they've lost time on the split. I think it's like a variance of like 0.2 or something like that.
Oh, wow.
At least on Wii VC. On N64 it might be way worse because we just have to sit here and eat lag.
It's like I've seen people for, what is it, the one category extension for Odyssey where they just see how fast they can dump the moons into the Odyssey before they leave again. And it's like, all right, that's your split. Cool.
I'm a little bit disappointed because my whole spiel here was going to be, oh, look at how easy this is, and everyone should learn this. And now I've failed every fail point in the run outside of the Ganon fight. So I guess I shouldn't speak yet. I guess I can still mess something else up. Play that super safe. Make sure we get that damage value. So something we haven't talked about yet is stored damage values. So jump slashing with the Deku stick actually does the same damage as jump slashing with the Master Sword. You might have thought growing up the Deku stick sucked. It's actually one of the strongest items in the game alongside the Deku nuts. So we're going to get a trick called ISG, which we got earlier to kill Goma. And basically just smack his tail with the Master Sword super fast. One other thing is really nice is the Master Sword is on the ground in the last half of the fight. And for some reason, you can just pick that up as Link and use it, which is absolutely fantastic because you cannot deal the final blow to Ganon with anything other than the Master Sword. So, thank you, developers. All right, so this is pretty tricky. Got to get ISG right frame one here. And I failed. Okay. So now it's Operation Do Not Die. Luckily, we got ISG, second try here. Hit his tail, do a little dance under his legs. If I fail at this point, I'm going to be pretty sad. No, I shouldn't have said anything. I'm going to fail now. Okay, fail. His swords do 4 damage, and we have 3 hearts. So, yeah, there's no room for error in this fight.
Youngling's going to pick up the Master Sword, and, well, not the Master Sword anymore.
Yeah, we can use it now. Don't have to use the stick anymore, except for we still will use the stick because it's just easier to hit the tail with it. Alright, one more hit, I think, unless I slash.
Nice.
Alright, so Ganon is defeated. I can't mess anything else up. This is it. Time is going to be, as soon as I slash Ganon, it'll go into a cutscene. So I'm sorry again for going over the rest of it. Guess I'm just trying to stay on theme for the day. Appreciate everybody bearing with me here.
The most powerful stick in the world.
Absolutely. Strongest stick. And I can't even hit Ganon in the face. Alright, that's fine. Oh. 2850 and the Everdrive swap. Not the run I was looking for, but still a fun category nonetheless. Really like showing off the cool new strats. Gonna wait for him to stop screaming. But yeah, I promise you, this category is a lot easier than it looks.
It's pretty fun to watch too.
It does take some time to learn the tricks. It does take some time to figure out what frames are good, what frames are bad, and you have to pause buffer a lot at the start. But after a while, like, this is an unusually bad run for me. Like, you can easily beat this game in under 30 minutes. You could reset all the time, right, and have a hard time finishing it and being on time, but if you just stick with it through the end, I don't know, speedrunning is fun, whether or not you're getting a fast time, whether you're going slow, so really highly advocate for people finishing their runs regardless. Yeah, that's it for me. This is a really long outro, and I think we're super behind schedule, so I don't know if production wants to hang out or if we want to wrap things up here. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I just want to shout out the Cool Cat Gang, my gamer team. Got a lot of people. We get the Ganon OWO because I cheated. I'm sorry, corn dog lovers. I really am sorry. There's no way for me to add in corn dog at that point. But yeah, Cool Cat Gang is my stream team. Very cool people on it. I want to say thanks to everybody on that for helping me over the years with, you know, events and growing streams and those sort of things. Just general camaraderie. That's about it. Shout outs to the OT community, I suppose. There's a lot of good folks in there. If you want to learn this game, particularly this category, you can literally just hit me up. There's not that many people that run this category, especially this one on the N64. So I would be glad to teach you. There's a Discord if you go to speedrun.com/OOT and check out the Discord. They have like 17 trillion channels if you want to learn about how every single trick works. But yeah, that's about it for shout outs. Got Zelda here, gonna send us back in time, and yeah, that's about all from me. Thank you also to Anime for being on my couch and moral support. I probably would not have finished the run without him being here.